Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. An emergency Board of Education meeting is held today to discuss the PSS budget crisis. Also tonight, more concerns are voiced at the House of Representatives special session. And many veterans from the Pacific areas are here in Saipan for a convention. In sports, no Ironman 70.3 this year, blame last year's typhoon. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Get Dad the perfect gift now. The Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus for as low as $38.50 per month when you join the Now program. Come in before Father's Day and receive a free JBL speaker and Galaxy earbuds. That's over $150 worth of free gifts on us. Happy Father's Day from Docomo Pacific. Better together. Some conditions apply.
Ah, Spain, home of the Grand McExtreme Bacon Burger from McDonald's. Fresh beef, Applewood smoked bacon, and Gouda cheese. But to get one, you'd have to get your passport, get to the airport, squeeze into the middle seat, go through customs, get into an itty-bitty taxi, say Llévame al McDonald's más cercano, and finally order one. Or get to your neighborhood McDonald's now, because for a limited time, worldwide favorites are here. Around the world is now around the corner.
Hafa Day, Tirwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Tuesday, June 11th, 2019. The Board of Education had an emergency meeting this morning to discuss the austerity measures being taken by the CNMI public school system, and here is what they had to say.
For my background coming into this gig, this is as scared as I've ever been, and I've worked in the government before.
The room was filled at the Board of Education meeting this morning as many concerns were raised, and one of them was on the memorandum that was given to every teacher modifying their contracts, where each individual teacher has until June 21st to sign the addendum or get terminated within 90 days of when the addendum was released.
The addendum that we had broadcast out for teachers and employees for PSS to sign is to amend their contract to allow PSS to downgrade their salary and give them also the 90 days. Because I'll give you an example. If a person is earning $65,000, right, and we didn't cut their salary 65 in half, we cut it 50% of the remaining fiscal year, right? And if we cut their salary, and if they don't want us to cut their salaries, right, at the 65 because they want to remain, and when we did for example, the formula, and they go down to 35, right, the 90 days will also allow us to give us to release you, because I cannot pay you. If I cannot pay you, I have to release you, because you will not accept the 35,000. So in essence, we didn't get rid of people. Reduction in force did not happen at the school, which that is the worst case. We rather cut the salaries for everybody to be comfortable.
But today, a modification was made to the addendum that was passed by the board, where the 50% cut to salary increases will still apply, but further cuts will not be made.
The first addendum had mentioned that there will be a reduction on salary, 50%, right? And also it has, on the first addendum, it also added that there will be further cuts in case the central government, because of the economy downfall and whatnot, and the revenue coming into the CNMI may affect the transfer of funds to PSS. That was an issue also with the teachers, which today's meeting we vote to remove that clause and just put that there will be no further cuts at all.
The first addendum will be retracted, and the new one passed by the Board of Education today will be given, where teachers still have until June 21st to sign. But then another important question was asked. What if there is no money being transferred to PSS?
Well, no transfer is no payday, and schools will be closed. Unfortunately, fortunately that it's summer, but the teachers are on a 12-month, 10-month contract. They won't have any checks. The administration, the support staff will not be paid.
Another issue CNMI PSS teachers and administration are concerned with is health insurance.
If our health coverage is suspended, how much advance notice will we get?
Unfortunately, the commissioner and his team passing on to the principal that there will be cuts, but there was no mention of health insurance that will be affected. There was a lot of miscommunication, and again, with this board meeting today, we have clarified that, assured whoever's present that it's not affected.
And now the main question that keeps getting asked on Island is, where did the money go?
Where the funds went was really because we had a $29.9 million reduction in our budget as a result of a lot of different factors. We're going to mention Super Typhoon U2 because we cannot forget the fact that 2 months of economic inactivity in the Commonwealth was a real thing. So a $29.9 million reduction resulted in the fact that we also had a decrease in business expenditures and business revenue. According to the Department of Finance that I found out this morning, they did a survey of businesses, and as of April, about 85% of our businesses here in the Commonwealth are back up and running and almost at pre-Typhoon U2 levels. So that's promising. 85% of our businesses are back to normal. But we still have 15% of our businesses that have closed down or have not reopened. In essence, if you're really going to try and if you're really going down to the question of where the money went, we're adamant about the fact that, and cognizant that the money is not on hand, the cash is on hand is really low at a very uncomfortable level that we're maneuvering through in order to make sure that we can meet our $3 million payroll this upcoming pay period, and at the same time ensure that we have the $2.5 million for the pay periods that are going to take into effect after July 5th when we implement the austerity measures 72-hour work schedule for every single central government employee. In addition to that, we're also making sure that we fulfill our settlement fund obligations. You know, for the settlement fund, we have to pay $587,000 every 15 days to make up for the 25% for our pension, for our retirees, for our pensions. And one of the things there is that we want to make sure that while a lot of these cuts are happening, that our retirees that are not receiving a government paycheck or having a steady stream of income besides the fact that they're receiving that pension check, we want to make sure that continues to be obligated and committed. You know, PSS right now is facing a $7.5 million reduction for fiscal year 2019. That's in effect, that number is predicated on that overall $29.9 million cut that's happening all across the government. And at the same time, with the collection revenue, with the collections coming in the way it is, we're also subject to the fact that the Department of Finance can only dole out cash so much if there's cash on hand. And right now, because cash on hand is at a low, uncomfortable level for any of us to stomach here in the central government, we have to dole out what's necessary and critical. And these conversations have been made with the Board of Education. The governor had met with the Board of Education in this room, talking about this and having a constructive conversation and letting them know the full picture. The Department of Finance, the Office of Management and Budget has been at the legislature over the last couple of months, almost every other week, talking with the Ways and Means Committee, the Senate Fiscal Affairs Committee, to talk about what we have to do and live within our means, and as well as ensuring that we have some contingency plans in order to increase revenue. And and we're trying to be as proactive as we can be, but at the same time, a lot of this is reactionary to the fact that we did face a storm. We faced low economic revenue and business activity as a result of the storm, and the fact that infrastructure around Garapan, around critical areas in the Commonwealth were devastated and affected. And short answer, if we're going to ask where the money went, money has to be generated by the economy. And the economy took a big hit during Typhoon Yutu.
And the House of Representatives held a special session this afternoon. And after the Board of Education meeting, teachers, staff, and management of PSS attended the session to voice their concerns on the budget crisis. Many in attendance questioned the government as to what went wrong.
I felt like I was caught by surprise. Hearing these numbers at our emergency meeting last Thursday was the first time that I heard the reality that we were promised $42.8 million, and then we were cut to 35, and we've only received 18, and there's only 4 months left in the fiscal year, and we're projected to receive close to 23 by the end of the fiscal year. But that's not enough to run a school system.
The state of fiscal emergency at PSS should not just be the concern of the school district. It should be a priority concern of yours. And we're here to plead with you to please get us some answers from the CNI government. Over the course of this fiscal year, the PSS was authorized a budget of $42 million, which declined to 35, and today, for the very first time, $23 million? Why?
This climate where our administration can spend how they want and just say deal with it and not give us reasons, that's dangerous. That doesn't leave room for democracy, that doesn't leave room for communication between agencies. It is not a status quo that's okay. And we have to all be willing to say that it's not okay, let's do it different.
Members of the legislature, we cannot operate a school like this. Every morning, 10,000 kids and 1,052 employees report to PSS. I, as a board member, owe a fiduciary duty to make sure that all the schools are open in a safe, orderly fashion, that the quality of education that the kids are receiving is what is expected today in the 21st century. We are doing so well in our curriculum. Our kids are going to the national competition, earning top seats, and that is a testament to all the dedicated teachers, administrators, and staff at PSS to make this happen. We owe to our children a better future.
We need answers. There are a few truths that we have been dealt and several gaps that have yet to be filled. Truth, we are in a financial crisis. Truth, if we are to survive, everyone must come together to bear the burden. Truth, no matter what the answer, we will all feel the pinch. Nobody is arguing about that. The cut of 50% of the salary increases was the least painful, but still unreasonable solution. Time and time again, we've been asked to solve a problem that we don't fully comprehend, and we are not alone. No one has a clear picture of the state of our Commonwealth. It is unreasonable that we should continue to rely on statements like we just don't have the money.
To exercise your oversight function and to bring before you the governor, the lieutenant governor, we have a list. The administrator of the Office of Budget and Management, the Secretary of Finance, past and present, to find out where the money went, okay? We want you to subpoena them.
The Veterans of Foreign Wars Department of Pacific Areas are gathered here in Saipan from different districts this week.
Veterans are our primary effort.
It is the 53rd Department of Pacific Areas Convention and the Grant of Pacific Areas 50th Grand Scratch.
It's the Department of Pacific Areas Veterans of Foreign Wars Annual Convention. and it's going to be all week. It started today with our opening ceremony we're here for, and it's going to run right up against the 75th anniversary for the invasion of Saipan. We're really lucky to have it. During last year's convention, we put in for it when it was in Thailand, and we got the votes that we needed to host it here.
Over 100 veterans and their families are gathered here in Saipan from different districts, discussing business from the different posts.
This is the Department of Pacific Areas, and within the department there are districts, and we're District 6, and that's the CNMI in Guam.
This gathering is held annually to find out what the needs are for all the posts throughout the Pacific.
VFW posts, and they're all over the place, they meet once a month and find out what's the state of our veterans, what are the pressing issues, and then every quarter there's a district meeting. And so 4 times a year, the districts get to meet and see if they've got the same issues and how we can work to fix those. And then throughout the year, after we put all those things together and we find out what works, what didn't work, and see if we can't come up with things to make it even easier for the coming year.
Representing 10 countries and territories.
We have a new post in Australia. We have 8 posts in Thailand. We have 3 posts in Japan. We have 5 in Korea. And we have 5 in the Philippines. We have a total of 26 posts that work for us. But we do well over 100, sometimes $200,000 worth of community service work, either through the hours that are reported or the actual cash and efforts that we do.
Activities will be held through Thursday, including ceremonies, receptions, trainings, awards, banquets, and much more, all while exploring the beautiful island of Saipan. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell. Coming up, we head over to the Hyatt for a special celebration. Stay tuned.
Get your daily serving of 4G LTE data with IT&E's daily prepaid plans. Choose from the best priced plans in the Marianas. Get 1 gigabyte of data for $2.50 a day, or choose a $1.50 or $2 plan. Need more data? Top up. Get 100 megabytes for $1 or 1 gigabyte for $10. Visit any IT&E store or call us to learn more and ask about our prepaid loyalty plan. IT&E. Explore your world.
Winigi PHI Pharmacy in Gofadahi, Hihinim Lomu.
Our complete line of pharmaceuticals and lowest prices ensure you get the treatment that you deserve.
Our compassionate, friendly, multilingual staff will take the time to get to know you, explain your medications to you, and answer any questions that you may have.
Ngere ayor sumaye ukalweres ren, kutsu wayor safeye emal ebalusyo klalyam weres.
Inumin ang inyong gamot ayon sa inireseta ng inyong doktor at alinsunod sa bilin ng inyong pharmaceutical.
We accept most insurance, but in case you don't have coverage, we offer cost-effective generic drugs.
PHI Pharmacy, your lifelong partner in health. PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Tomorrow, the Philippines will celebrate their Philippines Independence Day. And to kick off that celebration, the Hyatt is providing a special dining experience. It is the 121st Philippine Independence Day.
Some of our chefs here too are from the Philippines, and they have these little secrets about mom's recipe or from where they're from, and they take a lot of pride in making international dishes, and the opportunity to do Filipino dishes here at home base at work is just great, you know.
Providing the top dishes from the Philippines.
Some of the specialties that come out from the Filipino cuisine. We've hand-selected stuff like oxtail kare-kare, which is a peanut sauce. We did sisig. It's a chopped up like a crispy pork appetizer, very popular. And also we have the laing, which is a coconut-based, taro leaf-based dish from the Philippines. And because we're here at the Hyatt, we use jumbo prawns, and it's a cuisine favorite amongst international diners.
And one of the head chefs providing the Filipino cuisine, Chef Pio Pinapin, where each dish will represent a different region of the Philippines.
Yeah, the popular in the Philippines is the kare-kare. That's why we try one. We choose kind of food like the taro leaves. This from Bicol region. Yeah, and my sisig is from Pampanga. This one we use. Some sisig are using mayonnaise, but this one we use lemon and liver, chicken liver.
The cost of the buffet is $60 a person, and Club Hyatt members pay $40. The dinner will run from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., along with the Saipan Music and Dance Company performing cultural songs and dances in the hotel lobby and at the Kalili Cafe and Terrace outlet.
This is our opportunity to showcase it once a year in celebration of Independence Day for the Philippines. So, mabuhay!
Thank you, Ashley. All right, coming up in the International Tennis Tournament is burning up the courts. It's that hot. KSPN2 Sports.
Get Dad the perfect gift now. The Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus for as low as $38.50 per month when you join the Now program. Come in before Father's Day and receive a free JBL speaker and Galaxy earbuds. That's over $150 worth of free gifts on us. Happy Father's Day from Docomo Pacific. Better together. Some conditions apply.
Half a day. I'm Dr. Dennis Williams, eye surgeon and physician at the Marianas Eye Institute.
Eye twitching is a repetitive, uncontrollable blinking or spasm of the eyelid, usually the upper lid.
It's been my experience that they can occur at any time depending upon what the cause is. Obviously, if at the end of the day, if you're more tired or you've had a stressful day, you could get those twitchings of the upper eyelid.
Many people develop a minor eyelid twitch at some point in their lives. It may be associated with fatigue, stress, or caffeine. In some cases, eye twitching is more than a temporary nuisance.
The other kind is much more severe and much more rare, in which the eyes actually clamp tightly closed. And those particular kinds of situations require injections to relax the muscles.
Many eye issues can be treated right here on Saipan. Come see for yourself.
This has been Dr. Dennis Williams of the Marianas Eye Institute.
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it.
Buenas sports fans. Can you hear me now? Buenas sports fans, Super Typhoon U2 destroyed more than just buildings and landscape. The Ironman 70.3 is also a casualty. In 2017, the Ironman 70.3 was a big success here, but last year, the Saipan Ironman, if you remember, was all set to go for the last Saturday of the month, and then World Triathlon officials from Japan were already on the island that week when Super Typhoon U2 blew everything away, no power, no water, and no race. Because of the late cancellation, the event ended up causing the organizers to lose money, and triathlon officials are reportedly considering another time of the year, not during the typhoon season. So 2020 remains a possibility, but 2019 is a no-go, according to MVA. You know, it feels hotter because Saipan is sunnier than Palau, which has more clouds. And well, now that I think about it, I've never seen weightlifting under the sun. It's usually in some air-conditioned building, which reminds me the 2019 CNMI Weightlifting Championships are coming up this summer, and they've been reset for July 27th. That's plenty of time for you to work out and enter this exciting competition. Costs only $10 to join, and with that, a chance at immortality as a CNMI champion. Did you know weightlifters won more medals for the CNMI at the last Micronesian Games than any other sport? It's true, and as Yogi Berra once said, you could look it up. All right, getting back to that, how hot is Palau and how hot is Saipan? Day 2 of the NPQ, the ITF North Pacific Qualifier, Junior Regional Tennis Championships were going on today. Let's check in.
3 age divisions in this 1 week tournament, 12 and under, 14 and under, and the 16 and under. Top 2 boys and girls in each age division will qualify for the Oceania Junior Championships to be held in Fiji next month. So we won't know who makes that cut until Sunday. Team Palau is here. Keikoa Mammoth is competing in the boys U14 and tells us about the state of tennis in the Republic of Palau.
Run by Ernestine Rio, the Attorney General of Palau. It's a pretty good program. We play at the Palau Pacific Resort, PPR, at Mayuns. And it's a great place to play. It's fun. There's about four of us who are officially playing and going off island, and then there's those smaller kids who practice to go off island too. There are adults who practice with us and help us get better.
Keikoa Mammoth, competing in the boys U14 division, tells us about the state of tennis in the Republic of Palau these days.
It's pretty good. You gotta wake up like at least 5 o'clock in the morning to start off your day.
That's more like work than play.
Yeah.
Little Silmai is competing in the girls 14 and under division. She qualified for the North Pacific team last year in the U12, and she's played in Fiji. She knows what it's all about. Little split her 2 matches today. She says tennis is her sport now thanks to a simple invitation.
One time, like, I met up with our coach and then she just invited, like, me and she's like, oh, why don't you bring your daughter? So then that's how it started, and I'm here playing.
Keikoa split his first 2 matches the first couple of days of this tournament. How would you rate this tournament so far?
Well, I'd give it a 7 because of the weather.
But it's hot in Palau.
It's hotter here.
That's because Saipan has more sun than Palau. Palau has more clouds. All right. The Little League game, the 3rd place game between the Comets and Falcons last Sunday was so good that we're saving it for Wednesday. Well, weather, we can't wait for that. It's next.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Hey, go-karters, come early and stay late. We have new summer hours for the Seaside Circuit at Mariana Resort. Daytime is pretty hot, but evenings are pretty cool and perfect for racing. Check in at Mariana's Trekking and you'll be off racing in no time. Bring your fans, bring your friends, and show your ID for a special half-a-day rate after 5 o'clock. And check out our other adventures too, like mountain biking, hiking, kayaking, and off-roading. Perfect for groups, perfect for families, perfect for friends. So go ahead, bring your best friend. Mariana's Trekking, your adventure professional for 17 years.
Today's high 90. The heat index reached 104 at 2 o'clock today in the Marianas Business Plaza. The low today was 79, humidity 70%. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. High 89, low 79, seas 3 to 5 feet. Sunrise 5:46, a low tide at 10:08 in the morning, a high tide at 3:48 in the afternoon. Sunset at 6:47.
Thank you, Bob, for that weather report. So going back to education, this is
That's what everybody's
heated
talking
topic.
about.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is we've got summer vacation. A lot of people, looking forward to getting some time off and rejuvenating, recharging the batteries and going and visit someplace and all those plans. It's just like there's so much uncertainty now.
I know, it's true. And it's graduations are happening right now too. And it's a time to be happy. You're graduating high school, students are graduating, moving on to college.
Not everybody's happy these days.
And then we get this news around the same time graduation. So it was, kind of bad timing. But these teachers are speaking out, though, as they should. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, something's going to
situation.
happen.
Absolutely,
We'll find
I
out
agree.
what it is later
Yep.
on.
But thank you for watching. Please do tune in tomorrow night at 6.
Good night.